Your Highness,
Just Adam is fine. What is it?
the going after Malos thing. Could it wait a few days?
Oh, is there something you need to do first?
Well, yes.
You see, Lady Laura seeks the whereabouts of her mother. Unfortunately, she has her mercenary duties to perform. Therefore, I often go out and conduct these searches myself.
I see. Then you found her?
Yes. With all that happened yesterday, I did not have the opportunity to say. My lady, your mother is currently residing in a small hamlet called Torigoth.
Torigoth.
That's on the edge of Gormott. Ardanian and Cian forces clash out there frequently. It's very dangerous.
Indeed.
Right. No time to waste. Let us head out there.
What? But what about your mission?
You don't want to see your mother?
Of course, but...
Then let's go! Malos hasn't hit that part of the world yet. It's as good a place as any to look.
You're hoping we might find him there?
Exactly.
That sounds too easy.
We go to the village of Torigoth to find Malos. And you go to Torigoth to find your mother. Everybody wins.
And once I found my mother, I join up with you?
That's the general idea. I'll send my people to notify your mercenary friends. And perhaps we could find a place for your mother in the capital. It should be safe there.
Is this normal princely behavior?
You think this is bad? Just stick around for a bit.
Nobody's, like, making you come along, you know.
Well, unfortunately, a driver and blade are one in body and soul.
As if you don't do whatever you feel like anyway.
I know this is all very sudden. Still, we don't know where we'll run into Malos next. It makes sense to stick together, as much as we can.
Isn't that... No mistaking it. That's the blade. And that little brat, too. Hey, it's Blue Fist. Yeah, the whole village was wiped out. Found myself some great cool crystals, eh? And I found something else too, something real interesting. Give me some time to take care of this, okay? I'll be in touch. Ha! Fate's a funny thing. Never thought I'd get to take back that paragon, what I stole in the first place.
It's really nice to have more company around here. Really makes fighting a breeze, too. Yeah, well, what did you expect? The monsters around here don't stand a chance against me. Your powers are on a completely different level, true. But that's not what Laura was trying to say, Aegis. Laura doesn't think of blades as mere tools of their drivers. To her, they're partners in arms, am I right? Exactly. When I said we had more company, I was talking about all three of you. I don't care whether you're a blade or a driver. I'm just happy that we get to share our time together. Okay then. That's a pretty weird way of thinking, if you ask me. You think so? Should we perhaps be on our way to Yanchik Harbor now? If we keep to the road, it should take us straight there. The regular boat from Yanchik to Gormat, is it? As far as I know, it's still running, but we should probably hurry all the same. We now have Team Adam in the party, although we cannot substitute him as the playable character right now. However, we also now have Hayes in the party. Now that Hayes has rejoined your party, you'll be able to blade switch. When a team contains two blades, performing a blade switch while exploring or in battle lets you select which of the blades will participate in the action. You can perform a blade switch by pressing left. In battle, the technique comes with a cooldown timer, so you won't be able to use it in quick succession. By combining Vanguard switching and blade switching, you can choose the battle participants to suit your playstyle or as the situation requires. Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. In the last episode, we almost killed Adam. This time, we have a fellow here named the Nameless Wanderpon. I love his name. Me as Nameless Wanderer travel high. Me as Nameless Wanderer travel through high and dry and low and wet and cold and also warm places. Life of traveler is lonely one, so is much relief when there is chance of talk with other pawn. Is such relief talking to friends must reward somehow. Here, take this ox core me found lying in nearby lake. Is just fancy paperweight for non-driver, so not much use keeping. Happy to give away. Me think it should be just right for Blade who really into smashing and brawling. Massive melee Mithra. I feel like it should naturally be going on Mithra. However, this is the best critical hit rate boost in the game, raising it by 25%. However, this is additive. If we give that to Mithra, however, in the overworld, her appearance will change. She will now be wearing leggings, and her core crystal will be cut in half. This is from the base game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I won't spoil why that is, but for this reason, I'm not going to be using Massive Melee Mithra on Mithra because, well, it just doesn't make sense. I will be giving her Emergency Guard 1 since we have it at the moment, since we just have it and it's not on either other blade right now. We do have some WP already built up here. I would like to give that to Wind of Healing to get level 2 and Swift Gale since that also restores HP. If you couldn't guess by her design, Hayes is the healer of the party. We also have 600 use on Mithra. I will use that on Lightning Buster because critical damage is really good on Mithra. And boosts art recharge from auto attack actually isn't bad. I'll go, sure, that's the first rearguard art I'll upgrade. And Spectral Halo increases critical hit rate, which is also good on Mithra, although it will be going to Adam since it's her blade art, but okay. Oh, this only has a 50% chance to annul defense. I thought it inflicted pierce, but it doesn't, so in the last episode when I said that I was wrong. I'll go ahead and upgrade Star Slash because annulling defense is basically what I said in the last episode anyway. I just got the definition of pierce wrong. And we also have Adam in the party now, and Legion Scatter is his best art in my opinion. It's just the most fun art to use on him, but I think it's pretty good. I'll also do this because it reduces 20% of aggro towards user upon landing a hit, and believe it or not, Adam is another character who's not great with aggro. He's much better at handling aggro than Laura is, but still not great. Oh, we can also do another one for Laura. I'll go ahead and do Spinning Wheel because, again, it reduces aggro. Anyway, we do have a camp here. Hayes crafts talismans. These generally grant specials recharge, which isn't the best, but it is still really good, especially the exercising talisman, which increases it by 0.8 each second. That's almost the entire special filled up every second. Actually, no, it's not at all, but it's still really good, believe me. And then plus 6.0% damage dealt by specials, which just kind of adds to that. Unfortunately, the materials tend to be a little harder to come by, or they're in harder to reach places for talismans. Although we do only need 1 star maple for the soothing talisman. Adam makes replica artifacts. So the Glutton's Mask increases item drop collection range, lure range, enemy detection range, lure range again, max pouch items raised by 10, which I think this is permanent, actually. Increases gold earned in battle by 10%. This is a pouch item. And Chain of Many Hues increases item discovery rate by 10%, which means you'll get more items overall. Mithra creates creative cuisine, which is meant to mean awful cuisine. These generally don't have the best effects, however, these are some of the only pouch items in the game that grant art recharge, and this also grants special recharge at the same time. So, believe it or not, the Grizzly Millefeuille is actually a pretty good pouch item, especially early in the game. However, it's also pretty hard to get. As you can see, we have a legendary rarity item required to make it, the Marin fish meat. Yeah. We also have chat open. Lady Laura, your mother is safe and sound at Torigoth Village. That's at the Gormati border, I believe. That's right. We can make our way via the ferry from Yanchik Harbor. Then I guess we need to stop chewing the fat and head out to Gormat. Chewing the fat is either the most British or the most Xenoblade thing I've ever heard. However, now we probably have enough bonus EXP to level up. Yep, only Laura, but still enough to level up. Laura will almost always be higher level than the other teams in your party just because we've had her for longer and because we will have her for longer overall. Actually, no. I don't entirely know why it is. I know Adam and Laura will generally be the highest level because we have them for the longest, but anyway. With that, we can now head here. Yeah, I know you want us to go forward. I know you do, as a viewer of the channel, or as a viewer of this video specifically. We have excavation down here. This requires mining level 3 and fortitude level 3, and we only have fortitude level 1, so can't be doing anything with that yet. However, there is something that we should be doing before we head out, because this is what I was talking about that I forgot in the affinity chart in the last episode. There is a treasure trove here. This isn't related at all. I just didn't know that was here. We got leather gloves. I'll check those out soon. And green barrels. With green barrels, you are going to want to be breaking them as much as you can for reasons we will be seeing soon-ish. We have red pollen orbs, which are a legendary flower-type item that can't be used for anything. Literally, these aren't used to make any items. They aren't... I don't even think you can really sell them. Maybe you can. I don't know for sure, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. We'll have to come back here later anyway for a side quest, but we're going to be saving side quests for a little bit. Whenever we get a side quest, I'm going to be making note of it and coming back to do it later. However, at the moment, affinity charts are my top priority, and Mithra has something on her affinity chart for taking out Caliber Scorpox. Trust me, you're going to want to do this now because it's going to be a while before we see these again, and by then you'll just forget that it's on her affinity chart. We do also have talent arts unlocked now. This means we can do things like Inexhaustible. It takes all recoverable HP away, but it boosts Jin's stats, which is actually incredibly good because, as you saw there, it increased his critical hit rate.
You kept your power in check. Nicely done.
How many of these do I have to take out for Mithra? 3. Okay. There's another one over here.
Stay alert, everyone.
No, not the
This shouldn't
Hawks
take long.
from Star Wars.
It bounced.
I do just want to say now, if you're crazy enough to take on and beat that unique monster, it actually does not count as a caliber score pack, so it will not count towards the affinity chart. Sorry to tell you that, but it's the case, and I did take it out for the affinity chart in my test playthrough. Although I was already much higher because, as I said, I just completely forgot what was on Mithra's affinity chart. But, yeah, it does not count. If you run out of caliber score packs to defeat and like only 2 of them spawn, you'll just have to re-skip travel to the area to respawn them because, yeah, unique monsters don't count, unfortunately, unless an affinity chart will explicitly say that a unique monster will count. And I don't believe any affinity charts do. Laura's talent art is Swallow's Flight. It halves HP, but recover recharge, which basically means you can use all your arts again just for wasting half your HP. I'm not a big fan of this one, but the AI is. If you ever in the future have Laura in the AI, it is going to use that art, that talent art, constantly, and it gets really annoying when you're trying to keep her healed, which is part of the reason you're going to be playing as Laura a lot in this game. Doesn't have an effect in experience or anything, what character the player is playing as, it's just...
I'm about as nimble as
It's
you
good to
are.
know to be playing as Laura so you don't use that talent art on the AI constantly. There's Glint level 1 for Mithra.
I got your back.
Increases critical hit rate by 5. Yeah, that's an incredibly important ability for Mithra. Now let's skip travel back to Feltley Village.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Back here is the Crimson Slate piece. It's not immediately apparent what all these slate pieces are going to be needed for, but trust me, you are going to want to pick them up. Also, I do want to note that I do not know the exact location of all the slate pieces, but I will be getting all of them throughout the Let's Play. It's just going to be a matter of me needing to go back to get them from time to time, I'm sure. Or maybe I'll get lucky and get all of them, and now that I said that, we absolutely won't. What's that? It's some kind of weird mist. Must be an ether miasma. We should do something about this before it ends up blocking the way to the harbor. This wasn't here when I passed through before. It does seem to have sprung up fairly recently. Bother. This is the only way through to the harbor where the ship departs. And there are monsters too. Maybe the miasma attracted them somehow? Indeed. We should handle this before more of them show up. Just let me at that miasma. I'll blast it into next week. Yes, and everything in a quarter-mile radius while you're at it. What's the problem? Miasma is in the way? Mithra burns miasma? Miasma no longer in the way. Done. Mithra, the power you wield is undeniable. But all it takes is the slightest misjudgment and we end up being no better than Malos. Sorry to interrupt. I think Hayes' power should be able to disperse it too. Oh really? That would be very handy. Yes, I just need a moment of concentration. Do you think you could take care of the monsters for me? Say no more. Mithra, you're up. This seems like a ridiculously overcomplicated way of to deal with things, but my driver's wish is my command. That'll do. Let's go. What bars the way? It does not bar the way at all. We could easily just walk right past it, but nope. Hayes insists. Actually, Adam insisted. We are automatically forced into the battle, so we can't switch. I already went over talent arts. Dang. Game, you're behind now. You should have just waited until this battle to unlock talent arts for me. I'm kind of just waiting until my blade switch is unlocked because I do want to use this battle to show off Hayes against these Cloud Arachno because they're spider fucks and I hate them. But the blade switch is not coming. It is not happening. Yeah, I think we're gonna beat these before the blade switch. Wow. Okay. All done. Now it's Hayes' time to shine. Not so fast. That wasn't all the monsters. The miasma has attracted more. We can't do our thing until they're all dealt with. Well, that's lame. Lame it may be, but we can't give up now. I mean, we could give up now. That would be better for me. I wouldn't have to look at these spider fucks. If you're new to the channel, hi. I call spiders in every video game spider fucks, including Ariados and the other one that evolved into Spinarak. I don't know why I forgot Spinarak's name. Probably because it's a spider fuck. I hate spiders. Anyway, Hayes is very... we done yet? Seems like it. Hayes, if you would. Right away. Titans, the greatest continents of all rest, are living beings, and one of the waste products they generate manifests in ether miasma. Ether miasma tends to attract monsters, so removing it isn't the safest of occupations. It is, however, rewarding, as doing so unlocks a new collection point each time. Clearing away the miasma requires the right field skills. These can acquire the improved and be improved by unlocking the right nodes on Blade's affinity charts. However, this one only requires manipulate ether level 0. The ether miasma's gone. Look, over there. There's so much ether around here. We're bound to find some nice stuff if we look around. Ah, so the abundance of ether must have been what made the miasma form in the first place. Indeed. If we run into any more miasmas, I trust you'll do the honors, Hayes. Of course. Leave it to me. I'm so glad you're with us. Otherwise, I'd be forced to rely on that loose cannon Mithra, right? No, that's not what I meant. You've always been my only blade, so you don't have any experience of working together with other blades. That's my fault, but I'm sure that by traveling with Hayes and Jin, you'll learn a lot about your own power. And that's a good thing, right? Way to lay expectations on me. I'll give this cooperation thing a go, but I'm not making any promises about learning anything from it. I promise she's likable.
Give me a shout next time.
The ether miasma was dispersed thanks to Hayes' powers. Future miasma should prove no problem either.
This is becoming addictive.
At the miasma residue, you will find various things that you could find around the area at various collection points, as well as items that monsters would occasionally drop in the area. These can actually be incredibly effective for making certain items in, like, as pouch items, because there are enemies like the beast meat that only enemies can drop, or fish meat, which only fish enemies can drop. It's a good idea to clear these miasmas when you have the ability to.
There must be some use for this.
Transmigration level 2. Increased damage dealt by 35% on every Vanguard switch. Max 250%. Jeez. Yeah, as you can see, Jin is just very focused on damage. Didn't unlock anything with her. Defeat a Rogel at Ukar's Trail in Torna. I don't know where that is, but that's probably near here, actually. Just because it's level 1. But that's fine. And we unlock level 2 of Mithra's Affinity Chart. Sounds good. Let's head on forward. Rank D trust with Mithra. See, that's a little more believable than rank D with Jin with Laura. Hey, are you drivers? Then you've come just in time. You passed that bridge coming here, right? I was headed for the Harad Hills that lie beyond, but then, well, then some monsters came and settled there, and now I've got a problem. Please, would you defeat them for me? The dunes are the only place where you can find sand of that color and composition. If I don't make the delivery in time, my father will surely get physical. The less said of that, the better. I hope you'll deal with them soon. I'll be waiting at the Feltley Village campsite. Well, that was sudden. Are we going to do anything about it? Personally, I do feel that ensuring Laura's happy reunion with her mother is our top priority, of course. But abandoning a person in need doesn't quite sit well with me either. If we extend a helping hand, we may receive assistance in return somewhere down the line. Yeah. It really is a conundrum. It's your choice, Laura. Yeah, we're with you, whatever you decide. Thanks, guys. Let me think a while. A simple errand.
Don't you worry. I've got this.
Nope. As I said, I will be saving side quests for later. The goodwill Laura and her friends create is known as community. The foundation of community is talking to the many and various inhabitants of Alrest. Speak to a person and you'll learn their name, job, and location. You can always check this information by going to the community menu found in the main menu. Talk to everyone you can and expand your community. Resolve an issue that a person listed in the community menu is struggling with, and they'll give you a token of their support for you. Collect a lot and your community will grow stronger. Raising the community level will cause more quests to become available. What comes around goes around. Spreading the community spirit lets Laura, Jin, and their allies make their mark on the world. Doing good for the benefit of Alrest is its own reward. Oh, and one more thing. The menu is automatically opened every time someone's info is added to the community screen. But that can be disabled by turning on Skip Community Registration in Main Menu System Options Game Settings. This option is recommended for people who want to build community quickly. This is annoying. This screen can be helpful because it tells you where the quests that you need to do are and who you need to talk to for them. But God, I hate that the screen shows up every time you gather any community, and I always go to Options, Game Settings, Skip Community Registration, Enabled, first thing as soon as I get it, because God, it's an annoying little thing that shows up every time. It's not a huge deal, it just gets really annoying if you're getting a lot of side quests really fast. Here we are, Yanchikava, isn't it? That's correct. I requested that they wait specially for Lady Laura before they depart. Oh, nice one. Good thinking, Hayes. Looks like getting our ride to Gormat will be no trouble at all. Come on, let's go have a chat with the captain. The two ways of making your entire team stronger are leveling up and using pouch items. It actually tells you in this game. What the heck? Leveling up. When you earn enough EXP through fighting skills, you'll level up, increasing the team's stats. Pouch items. Add a pouch item to a driver's pouch to empower the team with a certain buff for a fixed duration. There are 3 ways to make a driver stronger. You can either improve the actual character in one of 2 ways, or improve their equipment. Improving driver characters, you can enhance art in the affinity chart, we know about that, and improving equipment, we've already done accessories. There are 4 ways to make a blade stronger. You can either improve the actual character in one of 2 ways, or improve their equipment in one of 2 ways. You can enhance arts or affinity charts. Weapon mod, use core chips, mostly found as treasure chest aux cores. When you get an affinity reward for fulfilling a condition on a blade's affinity chart, you'll get a pop-up notification. The affinity reward itself won't be unlocked at this point though, so you won't notice any difference just yet. When you get the affinity reward pop-up, be sure to check the unlocked item in the menu. If you don't, the blade won't develop. I am so glad it actually tells you that in Torna. I genuinely didn't know it did, because I just skipped through the tutorials out of fury at how bad they were in the base game. But yeah, they're better here. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock all these green barrels that are here. But how did I not fall and die? You're probably wondering why I'm not starting all the side quests right away. And it's just because the beginning of the story is so strong.
Suspense is killing me.
Like, it starts out so strong, and I love that. And I love the story of the game, and I just want to get the beginning portion of the story that goes by real fast out of the way before we do any side stuff, because we'll be fine on levels and everything. I'm actually going to switch to Laura so we can show her in the next battle we get. So you're finally here, eh? I've been waiting for you. You're going to Gormat? Yeah. Hop on. I only just became a Titan ship captain's apprentice. It might be a bumpy ride. Try not to hurl or nothing. I'm sure the blades will be alright, but... Well... Lady Laura, welcome to Lasham Cove. So this is Gormat, huh? It's so pretty. I think the grass really is greener on the other side. It is kind of a dream destination, isn't it? And that's exactly why everyone's trying to claim it for themselves, ruining it for everyone else. Still, it's not like there was anywhere else to turn to. This is practically the only place where Lady Laura's mother could feel secure these days. Don't look so glum, Hayes. If it weren't for you, I'd never have found out that my mother fled here. I can't thank you enough for that. Yes, I suppose. Come on, let's get to Torigoth. I can't wait to see Mother again. Okay, let's just head along the road. It will take us straight there. Just remember, this is uncharted territory for us. Try not to... Never mind. It's not like I need to tell any of you that. Yes, I dare say we've all learned to exercise caution by this point. Let's not dally then. Onwards! The music is so good. I'm biased as hell because, I mean, my favorite character of all time is from Gormat, but please listen to this. So jazzy. I don't know who on Torna's development team decided that jazz would be the best Xenoblade genre, but between this and Future Connected and Definitive Edition of the first game, I can't say I disagree. It's so good. The battle theme in this game too, there's just, I don't know, it's so good, and it's such a weird combination, but it works so well. Anyway, what level are we? We are level 11 and 10. We have some pretty tough enemies around here. I think this Grebel would be our best opponent. So let's try it out. Hayes is probably one of my most played characters in this game simply because she's a healer, and it's incredibly helpful to have the player in control of the healer when there is one healer in the entire party. Out of like... We have 5 characters in the party so far that actually fight, and one of them is a healer. And it's so annoying when Laura is controlled by the AI and she won't switch to Hayes when we need to be healed really badly. The AI isn't that bad about healing, but it can be bad sometimes, and when it is, it's really bad. So playing as Hayes is really a good way to just kind of get around that by healing everybody yourself. On top of that, she does have an AoE art in Swift Gale, and she is a wind element blade, so you'll be able to do blade combos that involve the wind element. I mean, that was kind of obvious. I probably didn't need to say that, but... We are about to enter what is one of my favorite areas in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. There's nothing I can say to really prepare you for what's coming. Nothing could prepare me for what's coming. But here's my favorite place in the game.
I say we rest a bit. Who's in?
Oh no.
Here too. Gormot's an attractive target, but this... Whoever did this clearly had no compassion or respect for the people they killed.
Well, whether it was Malos or someone else, either way. Clearly, they're all toast.
Mithra.
Laura.
It's okay. Mother could have run away somewhere safe.
Anything good here? Now I'm really curious.
Look, fresh graves over here.
This kind soul must have dug them all.
What's wrong?
Should we maybe bury him too?
Huh? Yes, let's.
This... I made this for her myself. She kept all this time.
Thank you, Jin. I'm alright now. Really. Are you sure? If you're trying to put on a brave face, then... it's fine. It's fine. Hey guys, do you think we could go back to the village again? Did you notice something? No, nothing like that. I was just thinking maybe we could bring back something to offer to the rest of the graves besides Mother's. they were all burned to ashes. Is there really any point? Really? We didn't find anything last time. Alright, we can all look together. If it helps give you closure. This scene has never failed to make me cry. No matter how many times I see it, that cutscene makes me cry. And this is a character who we've known for an hour and 25 minutes. Granted, I knew her a little longer thanks to the base game and flashbacks that are in that, but there's genuinely nothing that can prepare you for the scene of Torigoth completely in shambles with a graveyard at the end where you find the main character's dead mother. This is just... I can't describe it with words. If I try, I could probably if I spent like hours trying to write a script, but this is genuinely the most depressing thing I feel in the Xenoblade series. Because if you've played the base game, then you know Torigoth as one of the biggest cities in the game. And this is what it is in Torna. This is what made me realize that Torna really is going to live up to the story of the original at the very least. And I hope through this Let's Play you all will agree with that. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country, we're going to be looking for ways that we can pay respects for all the rest of the people who sadly perished in this village. See you guys then.